My name is Jennifer Goodwin and I am a student at Ashford University. I will be teaching you how to make a presentation in Keynote. The title of my lesson is Book Trailer Using Keynote. The objectives are students will be able to create digital stories and students will be able to present the mood of a book through image and music. The outline of this presentation or the assignment that I would give students is first you're going to choose a book that you have read that you enjoyed. It's important to kind of have something that you enjoyed because then your heart's going to be into the assignment. So you're going to choose a book that was good for you. Now you're going to choose images. Think about how you would express your feeling of the story, what was happening, a character, the setting. So choose images to get your point across. You do not want your images to be pixely, so take some time and really search for ones that are clear and will look nice and present well. Make sure that your images that you're choosing are free for you to choose, so go into Google Free Images because you do not want to take anybody else's work. That one is really important. If you're choosing an image that is not Google free, make sure that at the end of your show, you have cited the source where you took it from to give them credit. Now, think about the text that you're using. You want your text to be clear. So the font that you use is really going to matter. Is the font something that your audience is not familiar with? Is it too squiggly? Even though it might look pretty, is it inviting to read and get your point across? If it isn't, think about that. Think about changing it. You want it to be interesting to your viewers. Timing is critical. How your presentation flows is going to really matter on the timing of each slide. If it moves too quickly, your audience is going to miss valuable information and they're not going to choose the book that you're trying to promote to read. And if it moves too slow, your audience is going to get bored and they're just not going to watch it. So time it, really play around with that. I'm going to suggest that you use a 5-slide template. So just take a piece of paper, block out 5 squares and write down 5 main points about your book. Keep your presentation short, to the point, and engaging. My suggestion of the 5 slides, that's flexible. You can add more, but I would not suggest adding less than 5 slides. You want to get your point across. Keep that in mind. Take time, like I said, when you're viewing those images, brainstorm, download those to your desktop so when you're ready to then add images, they're right there and readily available for you to do that. Okay, I'm going to bring you into Keynote to download it to start with. Keynote is a Apple-friendly product, so I apologize. If you're not using Apple, Keynote will not work for you. That's really unfortunate, but that is the way it is. So I'll show you what that looks like. I personally have already downloaded it, so I can't walk you through those steps, but I can tell you once you hit the button download, it's going to bring up a new slide, that's a new screen that will say to you your name and your email address and those kind of prompts. Go through them and you will be all set and have a successful time downloading. So here's what the page looks like. Keynote for Mac. Down here is where it says download Keynote for Mac. You click on that and then it will come up with your new slide, like I had said, that's going to walk you through those steps. I've downloaded it, so when I click on it, it just sort of gives me this page here and then comes up with the little thing for Apple Store because I've already downloaded it. Okay? So, once you have done that, you're ready to create. Are you excited? I know I am. Keynote, once you get in there, you will have a first page that's going to come up is for you to choose your theme. What kind of theme do you want? What book did you read? That's going to matter what kind of theme that you choose. So I'll show you what that looks like. Here's the theme page in Keynote. This is where you start. You choose, what do you want for a theme? There's a huge selection of themes to choose from. Once you have chosen it, I'll choose chalkboard. You go down and hit choose. This is what comes up. Now, double click. It's very self-explanatory. Double click to add in your title. You want to make sure that you add the author on your first slide and your name. The author's name is important. So the title of the book, the author. That author is the original creator of the material. Make sure that you give them credit in your name because you're the presenter of this slide. Give yourself credit. When you want to add a new page, you go up here to add slide. Now you're going to decide, do I want to just add images to create my next point? Do I want to have image and text, or do I want text alone? That's going to depend on how you want to present your next slide. Okay? Here, you can change that image. You do not have to keep what's there. You're always welcome to change your image. So here you go. Do you want to change it? Go to Image, Replace. You click on Replace and that will bring you so that you could take something from your desktop. So if you click Replace, it's going to come up and you say, okay, I want something for my desktop. And then you would choose. So what do you want to put in there? Those are ones that you have already pre-selected, that I had suggested that you do that. So that's how you get started on Keynote. When you're done and you have added all your images and you would like to add music to it, great, go ahead and add music. Your music would be, I personally went into YouTube and searched for the music that I wanted to present, to be part of my presentation. And then I converted it to MP3 player. Simple, easy, go up to the top, you go into File, you convert it to MP3 player. Then I saved it onto my computer. So I'll show you how to add that audio onto there. Make sure that your audio is going to be long enough so that you do not have any blanks in your presentation. So that's kind of important to think about that and add that in. Your audio will make sure that you also, again, like your images, if you didn't choose Google Free, your audio, you need to give credit to where you took it from. So make sure that you give that credit. You can make a bibliography. You can go into BibMe and copy and paste the web page into there and they will create it for you. EasyBib is another one. So make sure that you're giving the credit where credit needs to be given. Okay, now let me show you how to, we'll go back into here and I'll show you how to add that music once you've generated that. If you go into Media, then you want Music. Choose which one you want to add in. Over here you want Document, Audio, then Media, Music. You just take it and slide it over and drop it right into the box. That's it. Now you have your music ready to go. Play once. I hit loop play. That way there isn't any of those blank spots like I had said earlier. It will keep going. So if your presentation happens to be longer than what you have downloaded for music, it will keep playing for you. Okay? Loop play. Now this part's done. You're going to keep adding just like that as you want to. That part is all done. When you're ready to save it, you go up, you go to File, you go down to Save. Your new screen is going to come up. Your screen that comes up is going to ask you what the title that you want to save it is and the where you want to save it. I saved it to my desktop. Some people might want to save it to their documents. That's your own personal preference where you want to save it to. Okay? You have now created a book trailer using Keynote. Be proud of yourself. It's not an easy task. It's fun and exciting, but there may be challenges as you work through it. Take the time to play around. Don't be scared. When you're all done and you have saved it, now it's time to upload it to YouTube. It's okay if you need to make adjustments once it's in YouTube. I personally had to make numerous adjustments once it got to YouTube. I noticed that in my original Keynote slideshow, it was fine, but when I converted and put it into YouTube, that first page stayed on for over 7 minutes. Talk about boring. I had to go in and make that shorter. So you can make those adjustments. Don't feel like once you get there, what's done is done, because you can go into YouTube and make any needed adjustments that you need to do. Okay, have fun with it. If things might not work as you had originally planned, don't give up. Keep going with it. It's all right. We're all human. We can make mistakes. My presentation, I will show you my personal presentation that I made in YouTube, and it is called Rot and Ruin Project. And here is my presentation that I made using Keynote and that I have converted to YouTube. Now again, you notice that first page takes a little bit longer than I would like it to. I converted it to make it a little bit shorter because the 7 minutes was just a little bit crazy. Now again, that reference page at the end is because the music that I chose, so it was important that I referenced it to give them credit. Keynote, in addition to just having Keynote to make beautiful presentations, Keynote can also be used for a variety of other reasons in the educational world. Keynote Pages is a wonderful place to go to create beautiful presentations. It is great for writing reports, any writing prompts. Go into Keynote Pages and visit it. It's gorgeous. What about Keynote Numbers? That can be used to make graphs in math class. It can be also used in a life skills class for students to make budget outlines. I would suggest even us as adults, we use Keynote Numbers and start making some outlines for our budget in our own household. It's a beautiful place to be. You can really learn a lot and get organized in there. In addition to those two, Keynote iMovie is also a valuable place to provide a media to any presentation. This can be done with an author study of picture books, or you can use it in collaboration with the science teacher. In science class, students could make products. Then they had to invent something. They had to invent a product, and now they're going to make an iMovie to make a commercial to sell their product. How cool is that, to collaborate with another teacher and keep those lessons going across the board? I hope that you've enjoyed this lesson. I appreciate your time. Have a great day.